Alright guys, I showed you that when we clean the fish, we'll be talking about one way to cook a fish. So I'm going to show you one of the easiest ways to just cook one fish really quick and easy. This time I'm going to be using the charcoal grill method just with an oil and salt rub. So I'm going to turn it around and show you how to get the grill ready. So now you want to get your grill surface good and clean. I use a soft bristle brush. I don't use a hard brush. I think it can wear your grates out. There used to be some health concerns that those little bristles could get left behind, then you could ingest them. Either way, these little bristle brushes are easy to use. They're soft. They cost about $1 at your local, I call it Walmart, you call it whatever store you go to get your stuff, but they're pretty easy. So you get your grill cleaned up first. You can see here, this is just a soft bristle brush. Then we're going to turn the grill on. We're going to turn it on high. So this is a gas grill. Now you can cook your trout in the oven, on a campfire, on a charcoal, on a smoker. Hopefully one day we'll get to do a video and show you all the different methods that we cook them, but this is just the simplest. And I'll show you how to prepare the fish in a minute, but right now I'm going to turn my grill on high and get it burning. I'll see you at the fish. All right guys, this is pretty simple. Start out with your salt. Start out with your salt and your oil. This is just olive oil. You could use grapeseed oil, canola oil, veggie oil, whatever. Just needs to be an oil. The oil just helps the skin to keep from sticking as bad. So we're just going to gently, using this box of salt, you have to be careful. We're just going to gently salt the fish. And the ideal is the salt's going to make a little bit of a barrier. Then we're going to oil it. Now, some people salt their fish more. I'm not really into it. I'm okay with it not being super salty. We're going to take it again. This box of salt's about empty, so I'm not very worried about getting a little dirty with the fish on my hands. Otherwise, I would stop, clean my hands in between. Rub that oil gently on that side. I like to get a little salt on the inside, but it's kind of hard to do with one hand. So just imagine that I open that up and I sprinkled some salt on the inside too. Now this fish has been cleaned and gutted. I rinsed it once I got it home. I've kept it in a cold cooler, keeping it at the appropriate temperature. And now here in just a minute, I'm gonna go put it on the hot grill and we'll see you at that video. Whoa, I almost had an emergency. When you've got that fish with the oil and salt on it and you're carrying it down the steps to the grill, let's just say he's like a slip and slide. He went all over the place. Almost fell on the grass. That would have really stunk. So be careful when you're carrying it. Go ahead. Sure thing. Okay. All right, guys. So it's hot, and it's supposed to be hot. I've got my tongs here. Now these are protected end tongs. You don't have to worry about what kind you use. I love using tongs. You don't want to use a fork. You could really use your hands too if you just want to be tough. Now I don't know if you can hear it, but you can hear that good sizzle. We're going to close the lid and we're going to let him cook for 3 to 5 minutes. All right, folks, about 3 minutes has passed. I've kept this on high. Should be close to done. Oh yeah, look at that. Got good scorching up here. We're going to turn this over and hopefully we didn't leave it on too long. If we did, the skin will fall off. Encountered a problem. It's just a little bit too hot to get in there. So we're going to use this instead. I'm the world's worst for not using a grill glove or an oven glove, but I think it's coming okay. I can hear it tearing a little bit, which you don't want. I really want this to be left in the center of the grill. See, I've just gently, and you guys probably know this because you've cooked on the grill, you don't want to just slam that under there as quick as you can. You want to take your time and gently try to break the skin loose. See, the skin, this is not like a chicken. You're not going to eat this skin. So you can leave it on there. That is beautiful. Like that, with this little exception here, folded up, this is going to be a great fish to eat. Okay, we're going to close this lid and we're going to let it go another 2 to 5 minutes. Not too long because we don't want it to get it too stuck on there. I forgot to put my timer on my phone. So I want to show you a little trick how you can test and see if it's ready to be pulled up or not. So what you're going to do is when you open the grill, if you can gently rock the fish, you can feel in there if it's crisp, which this one is. So we're just gonna take this, see that? I don't know if you can tell it, but it's coming up as one solid piece. We're gonna flip him up a little. Oh man, look at that, that's beautiful. So he's finished. Now, one thing I do that's a little different than some people, I close my grill, leave it on high for just a few minutes. That way if there's any remnants on there from whatever I'm cooking, it makes them easier to scratch off with my little soft bristle brush next time. See you guys in the kitchen. All right guys, so you want to get this skin peeled off. Trout's in the family of salmonid, like salmon. So you can gently pull that. We're not going to do the whole fish right now because it's a little hot and a little hard to do. So you can pull it back, and if it's good and crisp, it'll flake off. Now I've heard some people like to eat this skin like pork rinds. That's not something we eat in our home. Then take our little fork here and just get you an idea. We'll get in real close. Look how pretty and white that is. That's just beautiful. Now you'll see here in the background, there's those notorious little pin bones. So typically I take my trout apart with my fingers. So I'm getting those bones out. Another trick is I keep a cloth napkin on the table next to me, and when I pull the bone out, I can rub it off on that cloth napkin. If I'm on the riverside, sometimes I just rub them on my hands, or on my pants. So you see here, that's what it looks like, and I'm gonna go ahead and taste a bite. That's just buttery smooth, very tender, but it is a little fishy because it is an oily fish. But it's a very tough meat in the world of fish. It's not tender and mushy like some kinds of fish, but it's not tough like it's hard to eat or chew. It's tough more like a steak. I'm gonna pass this along to my partner in crime and let him try a bite, and he'll tell us what he thinks.
Let's try it. That's really good.
Yeah. So guys, this isn't something that's hard to do. This is something everybody can do. Most places you go to fish, they'll have a little grill there right on the bank, and you can cook it. So you get your charcoal. You can do the same thing on a charcoal. Get the same thing on an open fire. But it's a very good way to cook trout. It's very delicious. All right. Now this is Dustin again with Tennessee Woods and Water. And now
Now get out there and find your fun.